السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. وعليكم السلام. طيب, you have any questions from the virtual disciples or not? Abu Naida?
This and this.
1 second, Sheikh. We have to take from the distance, long distance followers. You here?
Kareem.
Yeah. You gotta give them something, you know. Type. It says here, is it legislated for a person to say Ameen while he's making dua after every dua he makes? If not, when and what situation should a person say Ameen while he is making dua? Ask Allah to accept your dua. Whenever you have the chance or the opportunity to do so, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your dua. It's not La ilaha illallah. Sheikh, I'm sorry. Put the passcode, you have to erase that.
Okay.
Pass me the books. No smart? No smart. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, I got research. Find it again. No pictures. Even Sheikh Ahmed Ansari. Do you have what? Smartphone, tablet. Sheikh Al-Albani. They say he would go up on a ladder in the library. Lord, but there were so many books he had to walk up a ladder. They said he would go up there looking for one hadith, come across something else, and he would get stuck there for half an hour.
So I came across something else too.
That's right, no pictures.
No picture.
Sheikh Al-Albani didn't have no smartphone. You say you go, You follow the ulama. Naam, Sheikh? That's a part of following what?
Listen.
The ulama. You want to follow their way? Follow what? Follow their way in every aspect. Salaf and Salih, did they have what? Follow the Salaf. Be Salafi in every what? Every aspect. Inshallah. Right. Let's get back to the question now, before we were disturbed, unfortunately. It says, is it legislated for a person type? We said that if you wish to say Ameen after your dua, there's nothing wrong with that. It's real. It's no studio stuff. This is real. Tell them how heavy this is. I don't know what you want to call it. It's a staff. Tell you? Khashab. Real wood. It was maybe oak, maybe?
Now too.
Behind? Perhaps. Long. The old days, That was the true Hufaz. And you know, long musta'an. Right. If you want to say Ameen after you make dua, there's nothing wrong with that. The concept of saying Ameen is virtue. The depth of the concept of saying Ameen. Oh Allah, answer my dua. La bas. La bas, inshallah. If you don't say it also, la bas. And there are times in which the Prophet, many times, when she made dua in hadith and it doesn't say that he said Ameen. Wallahu alam. Next question is, Assalamu alaikum. Is life insurance permissible? So it all depends on what that life insurance includes and entails. Does it include riba? Does it include doubtful and risky dealings? Does it include dealing with things that you're unsure of, for or against you? Is life insurance a necessity, a need? Is it something that's offered to you by the company? It all what? It all depends. But there are many other types of insurance that people have to do on a daily basis, one way or another. Car insurance, store insurance, and things like this. These modern day issues have been discussed by the people of knowledge. My personal advice, if you don't need life insurance, don't get it. Wallahu alam. That's in brief. Says, the miswak is pleasing to Allah. So, Assalamu alaikum. Muhammad, it's Anwar. I make dua for you and your family. Bro, come back to Philly, inshallah. I pray that. Type. It says, is the ta in the word qiyamah tal mubalagha? I don't understand that question. What's the difference between ghusl and istinja? Does a full bath cover both of these? We say that they could be synonymous, and sometimes they aren't synonymous. Ghusl or ghusl is to wash something, to pour water on something, or to scrub something. Everybody understand this? Everybody learn this? So from one aspect, when you make istinja, however or whatever way you use the bathroom, you're making a type of ghusl, or a type of ghusl. You're washing your private areas. Everybody clear on this? And then from another aspect, a ghusl is an entire process. It's a way of doing something, it's a reason behind doing it. As some people say, a ritual bath, or shower, or it may not even be a bath or a shower. Someone may wash it, what? In a bucket. And that's a type of bath, bird bath. But you know, some people they wash up with a big bucket and a small bucket. Plastic, wood, metal. Honestly, everybody understand this? So al-muhim is that covering your body in water for a specific reason. Jumu'ah, the Eid, Janaba, ejaculation, a man or woman reaching their climax sexually, things like this. A person accepting Islam, things like this. So therefore they're different from that aspect. If a person used the bathroom, the washroom, and they had some filthy things on them, they should not necessarily just jump into the shower with the same intention. Those things should be removed firstly, then wash. But if a person, let's say a person used the washroom and then jumped into the shower or the pool or whatever body or however he was washing and made the niyyah of removing the impure things off his body first, then beginning the ghusl, that's a different story. But it's definitely not best to do for several reasons. Islamic reasons and health reasons. Like, it says, what's the difference between, it's like the ta and rawiya, or what? I don't understand the word. Is the ta in the word qiyama ta'al mubalagha? I don't understand the word. In most cases, it's a ta marbuta. In most cases, it's a what? Ta marbuta. It says here, or ulama in regards to scholars. I don't understand the exact question. Most questions show, or in most cases, it's a what? Ta al marbuta. Wallahu alam. Any questions here? Fadlu Abu Naila.
And they're just talking about the Siyam and especially about the door of Arayan. So specific with the month of Ramadan or any Siyam?
Question says, with regards to Ar-Rayyan, is it specific to the month of Ramadan or any type of fasting? Obviously, Ar-Rayyan, first and foremost, is going to be for those who do the fard fasting. But that's not it. Because if that was the case, then it would be for every Muslim that fasts. But it says, as-sa'imun. In other words, يعني المكثرين من الصيام. الفرض, النفل, التطوع, إلى آخره. Those who make abundant fasts or abundant fasting. First and foremost, those who lock down and solidify the mandatory fasting. They don't miss Ramadans. Their fast is tight. Cursing, swearing, sleeping, this and that, pray, Quran, dhikr, istighfar. They make siyam. And then those who fast the other recommended days and times. 3 days out of every month, Monday's Thursday, white nights, Ashura, Arafah, whatever you consider to be from the sunnah to do what? Fast. There's different opinions on some of those days. First 10 days of the Hijrah, those who make abundant what? Fasts. And in which that is the highlighting point of their ibadah. Some Muslims fast and do other things too, but this person was known to be a what? A faster. This brother gave sadaqah, he read the Quran, but he was known to be mujahid. That is what he was known by. Whenever it was a battle, he would what? I'm out, I'm riding, bismillah. What about your kids, your wife? Inshallah. Allah will take care of them. If I come back, if not, he was known. 3, 4, 5, he had battles that he fought, he was wounded, he did this, he was known to be what? Mujahid. And their brothers were known to be what? Bankers. Even though you give sadaqah, I give sadaqah, you give sadaqah, but his brother is known to have a bunch of wealth and known for having what? Umar, a quick hand. Who needs something? Money on the table. It was known that he was a person of sadaqah. Even though other people gave sadaqah. And every Muslim has to give some type of sadaqah. This person is known for being extremely generous and totally nonchalant when it comes to fi sabilillah. Everybody understand this word? Nonchalant, not caring. The brother's lying, this and that, the match you take, bismillah, fadl. 5,000, 10,000, bismillah, you got it. This person is going to go to that door. Those who make abundant salah, pray day and night, traveling, sitting down, lying down, sick, tired, this, that, busy. Salah, 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 salah. Until they become known as the people of salah. And the same applies to ilm. This brother, he did other things. He performed other acts of ibadah, but he was known for ilm, seeking knowledge, day and night, for years, teaching. Why could that? Why could that? And there's some people that had a well-rounded practice. Wallahu a'lam. Struggle ways.
I wanted to ask you during the fasting, you say should you not even sleep with your zoja because you're afraid of how far should you stay away from your spouse? You know what I mean? Because you might fall into the.
There is a general concept in Islam to avoid something that leads you to harm and vice. Even though the thing itself isn't harmful, nor is it a means of vice. Everybody understand this? Do not do things Allah said to the Prophet ﷺ. Do not defile. Do not curse. Do not speak on those whom they invoke besides Allah. فَيَسُبَّ اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِهِمْ, lest they themselves will retaliate and curse Allah without any knowledge. So talking about the idols, the pagan gods, the deities of the mushrikun, is that not ibadah? That's needed, that's clear, but because of what's going to happen, don't make something worse. That's in general. Don't do something that leads to something what? وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Don't go near a zina. A woman traveling by herself, shaking a woman's hand, a woman not wearing hijab, looking at a woman that you're not married to, many things like this that may not be haram by themselves, but that lead to vice. That lead to what? Some type of vice. And there are many other texts in the Kitab and Sunnah with regards to this. Of staying far away from that which is harmful, closing the door, shutting off the door of something that is a vice, even though the thing is what? Originally permissible. So if that's the way you feel, that's one thing. However, to stay away from your wife, not to sleep in the bed with her for an entire month, could be a means of oppressing your wife. Could be a means of shaitan coming between you. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or perhaps a person sleeping with your wife at nighttime, and as soon as it's daytime, if you want to take a nap after Fajr, sleep on the sofa. Sleep in your car, if a person feels that weak. The Prophet ﷺ, we know how he interacted with his wives. Whether he touched them or kissed them, or whatever the case may be. Everybody understand this? With regards to fasting, with regards to mincing and things like this. The general rule is that it's nothing wrong with kissing your wife when you fast. It's nothing wrong, you give your wife a hug when you leave the house. No, that's, a hug is not something else. You sleep at nighttime, you go to sleep, you make fajr, you eat suhoor, so on and so forth. It's 4 o'clock, 3:30. You don't have to go back to work until 8, 9 o'clock. You take a couple hours of rest in the summer. No, that's, inshallah. But if you feel weak, and you don't have the ability to stay away from what Allah has provided you with, then don't go near that provision. Wallahu a'lam.
So if the kissing is permissible, so then sleep is also.
Without a doubt. But it's an issue of a person realizing that he's weak. Some brothers don't, they have too much strength.
So if somebody, let's say, get weak if they say they believe that I'm not weak.
Right, avoid it. Totally avoid it. Don't kiss your wife. Don't
Let's
touch
say like
her.
somebody say I'm strong.
And
they just like slip.
Slip.
So there is one hadith about when the person did meet with the wife in Ramadan, and he came to Rasulullah Sallallahu, and Rasulullah gave
Expiation. He has to expiate. He has to make an atonement for that. Without a doubt. But I need the concept of people who are normally fasting, and also the wife, if she's fasting, and her concept of the fast, they're going to work together. We both realize, we're both mature enough that we're fasting. I love you, you love me. I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me, but we're both what? Fasting. So it's not that type of thing. But if a person slips up, a person feels weak, you should what? Stay away. Wallahu a'lam. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Tafadhal.
2 more questions. How does one go about making missed prayers? Can we eat food while the Fajr Adhan is happening?
As far as going about making his prayers, as the Prophet ﷺ has told us, those who oversleep, those who forget, should make the prayers whenever they remember the prayers. And there's no expiation for that except doing that. Allah says, establish the prayer for my remembrance. Hadith Abi Qatada in Sahihain. So therefore, missed prayers are to be made up as soon as a person remembers them. If the sun is rising, if the sun is setting, the Muslim should make up the prayers as soon as he has the ability to do so. If it's in this situation in which he has to go somewhere, or it's a very bad place or location, and he delays the salah for a little bit until he goes to a better location, that's a different story. But the asl is that those prayers that are missed should be made up fawran, immediately, instantly, even if the sun is setting or rising, or the opposite with the hand. As far as eating, with regards to when the adhan is going off, then some of the people of knowledge say, if a person hears the adhan and he knows that the adhan is inaccurate, the adhan is early, then that's one thing. But if a person knows that the adhan is accurate, he should what? Stop eating and drinking. If you have a cup of water, the mu'adhin makes the adhan, Allahu Akbar, and you finish your book, some of the people of knowledge say, la bas. You have a couple of small pieces, bites, la bas. We read this the other day. Please go back to the channel, the fatwa of Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Baz with regards to this. And there's a hadith on this as well. There are hadiths on this as well with regards to putting the cup up to the lip and finishing it when the adhan is made. So some of the people of knowledge say is that there's nothing wrong with the person finishing a couple of sips or a couple of bites before the adhan is finished. Wallahu a'lam.
SubhanAllah.